I'm gonna teach them, or are we gonna talk? So what are we doing first?
Yes. First, I'm reintroducing you because the sound was muted. Nobody could hear us. So
Oh,
it's always an audio issue here on the Magic Minute. Hello,
yeah.
everybody. Thank you for coming to watch our live stream. I have Josh back with me. He was gracious enough to come and rejoin us after last week's mishap. So thank you, Josh, for being here. He showed me some of the cool stuff that he's going to show you guys tonight, and I think you should definitely stick around to see this. It's some awesome things. We got Cedric here. We got Big Hands. It's here. Right on. Cool. All right, Josh, the Magic Minute audience is yours. I'm going to shut up and just let you do your thing.
All right, awesome. So the first thing that I'm gonna teach here is I'm actually gonna perform this first. I'm gonna
Right
perform this.
on.
So I would have the spectator cut roughly half the playing cards off the deck. So they would cut right to this card. Then it doesn't really matter what playing card they cut to, but they say they cut to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would have the spectator sign that playing card. And since I don't have a spectator, I just wrote down spectator.
That's a strange name for a spectator.
I know, right?
Spectator.
And you can actually see one playing card in the deck change color,
I saw it.
which is pretty neat. Where is it? Let me see. There we go. One playing
Right there.
color to red, and that is in fact the signed playing.
What? So it's
So
like that's metal, dude. That's
yeah, so uh, I was learning the bottom deal, and this is where I really got into this effect here because being I originally came up with this. I call it the bottom deal force. You have the spectator cut off as many playing cards as you want, and then you just go ahead and bottom deal. I stud bottom deal in this case because that allows you to make it seem like the card is blue that they're signing. So let's just go over the basic mechanics now of what this looks like. So I'm sure a lot of people have learned this before, but I'm just going to go over it quickly. If you hold the bottom playing card down, you can shuffle playing cards over top of it and retain that playing card the entire time. It is a great thing to do at the beginning because when you shuffle the playing cards, you're proving that all of them are blue, and at the same time, you're also keeping that card at the bottom and making it seem like you're not coming to the table with a stacked deck, which in fact you are. So, yeah.
pyramid fingers.
After you have the spectator cut off roughly half the cards, we're going to go into the basic, simple mechanics of the stud bottom deal. I really recommend that if you're wanting to perform this, that you either know how to do a bottom deal or you invest the time into learning the bottom deal. It's a really difficult sleight, in my opinion, and being able to do the stud bottom deal is really essential for this trick. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to run over the mechanics quickly here. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold it in a basic dealer's grip, and your middle finger is going to contact that playing card and peel it down.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, you're pushing over the playing card on the top. Then you go as if you were to grab that playing card and you flip the bottom playing card up. The stud bottom deal is an easier bottom deal than doing a direct bottom deal, in my opinion. So this won't be too hard. I actually just performed this tonight. I was at my climbing gym, and what I did was I performed a little bit different of an effect. You can perform this with a lot of different things. If you basically want the back of a playing card to be different than the spectators thinking it is, then this little technique is really essential here because you're able to prove the back of it as blue. So once again, let's go over this. The spectator cuts off roughly half the playing cards. Your middle finger peels down that playing card, pressing it into the hand just like that. And you're pushing the playing card over with your thumb at the same time. You then contact that bent playing card with your other middle finger, and you flip the playing card up to make it appear as if it were coming from the top. So yeah, so after that, all you have to do is have them sign it. I've never, I know people might worry about the spectator picking it up and looking at the back, but they have no motivation to do that. They have no motivation to do that. I've never had a spectator do that once, pick up the playing card and look at the back.
Unless you go, this is definitely not a red-backed card, and then now you've given them it's the running when you're not being chased thing, right?
Exactly. And there's two ways you can go about this. I will just go ahead and throw that playing card in face up into the deck and not worry about anything else. But if you want to, if you really want to, you can riffle through the playing cards in the deck and say, we'll put your playing card roughly center in the deck. And then what you're doing is it looks like it's the playing
Beautiful.
card. Right?
Beautiful. Yeah.
What I'll show you the mechanics of how this works, though, is what you're doing is you riffle through the playing cards and you skim back the other cards here and press up that playing card. And your thumb and your pointer finger and thumb are making sure the cards remain square. So when you come back, then you contact in a kind of a biddle grip. Your thumb is grabbing the part of the deck here, and your middle finger is coming up to the top, and you're squaring those up and coming down. So I'll run over that one more time for you guys. So playing card obviously would be face up. Goes into the center of the deck, holding kind of in a biddle grip. You push up basically any of the playing card that's closest to that card. You're going to push it up, and then you're going to come down. And as you come down, you're going to square those two up to make it look like it's that blue playing card. So then all you have to do is a reveal for this. And there's a few ways you can do it. You can put it in the spectator's hands and have you like snap your fingers, do some cliche magic gesture or something, or whatever. Or what I personally like to do is I like to dribble the playing cards. I'm gonna say to them is you're actually gonna see one playing card change, and I'll do the dribble fast at first, so they don't see the playing card. So it's kind of a whoops, I messed it up there. So it's kind of a convincer that all the cards are still blue, right? And then you go into a longer dribble, and they'll see the playing card as red, and you can spread through, and it is in fact the signed playing card.
That's cool. That reminds me. That's like a stripped down, like straight to the point, Red Hot Mama or Chicago Opener is what that reminds me of. It's like let's stop with all the other stuff. Like let's get to the effect, which is the selected card changes colors, and you do it in such a clean, simple way without any like unnecessary moves, which is awesome. I love that. That's going. If you don't mind, I'm gonna put that in my repertoire. I really love that.
Go ahead. I love sharing magic with other people because it's not gonna. You live in Texas, right?
I do. Yeehaw.
I live in Wisconsin. I don't think I'm gonna have an issue with us running into the same people.
Hey, I saw that guy in Wisconsin do that trick at the rock climbing place, and now jerk over here in Dallas is doing the same. No, probably not, right?
Yeah.
But I love that because it fixes a lot of the, I wouldn't call them problems, but like some of the requirements that you need with like Red Hot Mamas. You need a duplicate of and the opposite color, right? If you're doing the classic transposition thing.
Yeah.
That can be a real problem to have, especially if you're like a worker and you're trying to like just go out there. You're trying to do your whether it be table hopping or whatever you're doing. I hate the term table hopping, but it's the one everybody knows. So if you're doing something like that, you may not have a whole bunch of cards to deal with, right? This is like you have just the one card in there. You can do this, or any card. You don't need to worry about table space. You don't need to worry about anything. It's in the hands.
Yeah.
It's super cool. I love that. It's clean. And I like also that because the bottom deal is not an easy move, but it's a lot harder when you have to do the whole deck.
Exactly.
You get half and it makes sense. Everything's motivated.
Like that's my bottom deal is far from perfect, but I actually learned it from Daniel Madison, so full credit to him. Everybody here should check out his masterclass on that. Just shouting that. It's the best place to learn the skill, in my opinion.
Who's Daniel Madison? I don't want to. There was a couple years ago he was compared to like who's better, Madison or Erdnase, and there was like a whole like thing about that. I was like, really? Like, okay. It was all a joke, but like Madison's really good. I mean, he's like, I don't think anybody can argue that he's probably one of the more skilled card workers alive. Like, just
Yeah,
give him
definitely.
his credit, you know?
Yeah. Uh,
Wow.
he he really is great the deck of cards to me. So
And his
yeah,
his YouTube channel is hilarious.
it really is.
It's- I'm like, this is some weird stuff, but I'm entertained. So
I know, right? Yeah. So yeah, the whole concept of cutting off half the deck is just making that stud bottom deal easier for you, and it's really a slight less difficult, and you're also proving that card to be uh, blue.
yeah,
And
I mean everything's motivated, and it's all like subtle convincers without you having to say anything.
if you're forcing a playing card, go ahead for another routine. Go ahead and just shuffle the cards, retain that bottom card, have them cut off roughly half the cards, and you can go ahead and just bottom deal that playing card. And it's a force either way. You can use this in other effects too, absolutely. So
Awesome, beautiful, beautiful. Mwah. That's great. So tell me about like your how did you get into magic? What made you realize that you liked creating magic? I kind of want to know this part of your of history.
it's actually kind of funny. The first thing I ever saw was a playing card vanish behind the hand, and
Oh
it
yeah.
absolutely fooled me because I'm a very easy person to fool. So seeing a playing card vanish when I saw it for the first time, like that, I was like,
Where did it go?
know where it went. I was like, that must be camera editing, and it wasn't. And I learned that, and I became obsessed. I was like, well, what else can I learn now? And I just went down a rabbit hole for 4 years, learning as much as I
It
could.
goes very deep.
I practice about 8 hours a day, so uh,
Wow.
it's what I love doing. And I practice sleight of hand while I'm doing other things. That just I always have a deck of cards on me.
Just driving, brushing your teeth, going to the bathroom, watching movies. Yep. I do that. I actually have a deck of cards. I shouldn't do this, and I'm not admitting to this, but I have a deck of cards on the passenger seat in my car. And if I'm at a stoplight, I'll straight up just start like doing this kind of stuff. And I would just wait for other people to look at me through the window, going, "What is he doing?" And, I'm just like, "Oh yeah, bam."
Yeah,
It's fun. Yeah, I mean, like if you want to get good at anything, you got to keep doing it all the time. So
that
8 hours, good lord.
actually makes me think about something else that's really a cool thing in Magic. So a lot of people have like a problem with approaching strangers to perform magic. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. Friends
Hmm.
who have anxiety around that. And a really great way to actually flip the tables of this is just to go out there and just. I know you usually don't want to flourish a bunch of playing cards before you you start performing magic, but maybe you're sitting at a table and you just shake and change the playing card or something, and the person then is gonna notice that when they look at you, you do something visual, a color change or something, and you grab their attention, and then they're gonna ask you, well, oh, are you a magician? Can you show me a magic trick? And then that totally takes away the the whole problem of having to ask someone. And
Yeah, man, that's what my friend Joe and I would call that peacocking. Because we're on display. And then they come, maybe it's a mate. Maybe it's just somebody watching your magic. But yeah, no, that's a fabulous way to do it. Because then yeah, like people approach you, they're obviously already interested. You don't have to feel like you're being rejected. That's amazing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the best way.
and with doing that over time, you're going to feel more comfortable with just approaching strangers in general too, because there's I've had a lot of I've had people laugh at me. I've had people give me weird looks and say like no, but like what's like, I'm not going to see them again, and even if I do, why should I care? Like, I asked them if they wanted to see a magic trick. That's literally it. And the thing is, like, there's a lot of times that you can really make someone's day a lot better, and uh, really share something amazing with someone, which is totally worth getting out there and performing magic. So for all you guys who uh, are thinking, should I get out there and perform? I gotta say, absolutely yes. Even if all you know is a double lift, even if all you know is a double lift, go out there and perform ambitious card. I don't know, do something like uh, performing magic is what brings magic to life, in my opinion. So I think it's something that every magician should really be doing.
Yeah, well, I mean that's, and I don't, without getting on a tirade, which is I sometimes do. There are a lot of magicians. I'm not calling anybody out, but there are a lot of magicians who have never performed for another person. They'll collect magic. They'll go to magic conventions. They'll buy magic tricks all the time. As soon as they come out, they'll know all the methods to everything, but they don't perform. And I'm like, you guys are missing the entire point. I mean, good. Enjoy magic. Enjoy collecting the magic. Enjoy collecting the secrets. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, yeah, performing is where the real joy in that comes from. If you've never done that, like Josh is right, go perform. Like, please. I've had people go and sub. It was kind enough to share your channel link. I guess he saved it from last time, so it's my moderator. He's the best.
Yeah.
So I got people going over your channel and subbing. So thank you.
Awesome. I really appreciate it. Much more tutorials to come. I'm always working on new magic, and there's quite a few more things that I've been working on that I'm getting to releasing fairly soon. So you guys will be getting some new content in the near future.
And that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on, Josh, is because I felt your passion and your excitement. And you're talking about your channel and the things you were doing, and I was like, well, let's bring him on. Why not? Let's come on, man.
Yeah.
Let's do the things. So I'm so glad that you accepted the invitation and decided to come on. I really, really appreciate it.
I really appreciate the opportunity to be on here. So, yeah.
Oh man, you had something else too you wanted to show us, I think, right? I don't want to.
I wanted to share one of my. This is a gem in my opinion. This is one of my go-to effects, actually. Like when someone asks me to see a magic trick, this is what I might just show them.
This is the one.
This is a really strong go-to effect. And I have a person just name a playing card that they see. Maybe they name like the King of Diamonds. I'm getting a little bit of a glare with my light here. Let me see if I can fix that.
I named the King of Diamonds Fred.
So, yeah, I have them sign the King of Diamonds, and I say let's just let it dry quick, right? And we leave it there, and then I say, well, we'll use another playing card here. We'll just use the Ten of Spades. Sure, the Ten of Spades, and we're just gonna get the two to switch places. And I'd have them put their hands over top, or you can set a box on it. But then whatever magic gesture you do, you switch places. King of Diamonds here, Ten of Spades right here.
John Cena. That's beautiful. That has like no wasted movement either. There seems to be like a strong like focus on efficiency of motion and what you're. So often I'll see people that whenever they're doing an effect or something, they overhandle the cards and they do like all these little extra like. It seems like there's just like directly to the effect, no wasted movement or anything. So that's awesome. And can you share that with us, or do you want to keep that a secret?
I'm absolutely going to share that.
Right on.
So, I want to share first. Like, oh, let me grab a charger quick. My phone's about to die.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That would not be good.
Now, while Josh is grabbing that, I'll tell you guys, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. We have Josh B here. His YouTube channel is shared in the comments. It has shared that. My moderator, he's the best. So go check out his channel, sub to him. He's trying to grow his YouTube channel. And also later in the program, I'm be watching some a magic video and reacting to it. I'll say that, and I'll tell you, if you're squeamish, that's not one you're going to want to watch. But if you want some solid advice from a professional magician on how to better do that, then stick around. And Josh, you're
Am I sideways?
you're sideways.
Oh no.
I can fix that in on my side if you need me to.
Can you? Because I can't get my phone to set up properly
I,
unless
I got you. You're good.
awesome.
I can do anything. Are you kidding me? This is I've got all all right, rotate 90 poof, you're fixed.
Awesome.
There you go. It's magic.
Yeah. This I was almost a little hesitant to teach this actually, but I really want to share this because I think it's a really strong effect. And the classic card transposition effect where you do two double lifts,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great effect, don't get me wrong. But two things that just don't really make sense for me is because the spectator doesn't choose a playing card, and it you can't it's you have a harder time shuffling the playing cards because you're gonna have to retain a few cards there, and it makes it a lot easier to, in my opinion, to do it with this method. So what we're going to learn here is a really quick brush over of the top change. But if you want to learn more about the top change, just look up Alex Pandrea. He teaches the top change. That's
Or
where I
my
learned.
channel.
Or, you teach the top change?
I taught the top change, yeah, a while ago. But Alex Pandrea is a fabulous resource.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead and look it up on the Magic Minute. Learn the top change.
Shameless self promotion.
Yeah, because it's a really strong move in my opinion, and I don't think it's used enough because it can be used in place of a double lift in so many cases.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just get into to learning this. Let's do that. So you have someone name a playing card and why that they see, or name their favorite playing card. And why you do this is because you don't want someone just to grab a playing card out of the deck and then put it between their hands. You don't want that to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to have a justification for this. And a great way of doing that, you can have someone selected out, and you can have them sign it. But what you want to do is after you have that playing card out of the deck, you want to shake it off a bit. Let's let it dry. And when you do that in that motion, you've already switched it with the top playing card. So I love the signing and shaking off the playing card because it gives you a justification to come backwards with that playing card. Or the other thing you can justify the movement is saying, can you hold your hand out flat for me? Oh my gosh, I totally botched that top change. you
Don't worry,
say,
we're just live, you know, and it's recorded forever.
It happens every so
it does.
often.
It does.
Yeah. So let's get into the basic mechanics of the top change. You should learn the top change in more detail in the Magic Minute if you really.
How much they owe you?
So, what you're doing essentially is your thumb is pushing off the playing card, and you're lining up the two playing cards, and you're grabbing the one that you pushed off from the deck and placing the one back on the top that is the selection. So that's slightly confusing. I'll go over it one more time here, but yeah, learn it in more detail would be a really good way to learn that. I don't want to go over all the subtleties to the top change here because that's going to take a long time. So once again, playing card is pushed over with your thumb. The card selection comes back and is placed over top of that. You grab the bottom playing card and come back. So that's what it looks like. So once you have that, you say, go ahead and hold it in your hand, and you put the playing card in their hand. You say it, and what you want to say so they don't flip it over and look at the playing card is put your other hand over top of this and make sure whatever you do, make sure I can't access your playing card. Okay, that's what I say to them, and they'll be like this with the playing card, and they're not gonna be looking at it or opening their hands or anything. I've had people once in a blue moon when people are trying to mess with you, they'll look, but in most cases, people don't expect a switch to have happened at this point, which is the great thing about the top change in this case. So now you're set up here, is you have your duplicate uh, uh, here and your playing card that is their selection over top of it. So all you're going to do is a double lift. I recommend a pushover double lift. It's my favorite double lift. Then you hold the playing card in your hand, do a magic gesture, and switch those two playing cards, which is a truly beautiful thing to achieve in Magic. And it's one of the strongest effects you can perform, in my opinion, because it happens in the spectator's hands. So that's the my transposition effect.
Right on. Thank you very much. Those are awesome. And I'll remind everybody too. We did that live stream with Dr. Ben Newman a couple of weeks ago, the virologist out of Texas A&M, and if anybody's still concerned about surfaces and getting sick from stuff, you can't. Apparently, that they haven't found one. I mean, as far as we know scientifically, you can't. So handing people objects to touch again, totally cool. And if
Yep.
they have a question, send them to my YouTube channel. tell them to watch Dr. Ben Newman. He actually named COVID-19, so he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. Oh, that's great, man. That's so cool. So tell me, when did you start your channel?
Honestly,
What made you crazy enough to do it?
I sometime this month, last month, I honestly don't remember. I've been I was filming videos for a while and kind of hesitant to post them. It's always hard to look back. Well, at least for me, it's hard to look back at myself talking, and you might be like, oh, maybe I should have done that differently or that. But
I know exactly what you're talking about, Josh. I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. But at the end of the day, you just really gotta post the stuff, put it out there, have people see that. Because I love sleight of hand, but I also really love sharing sleight of hand with other people because it's something that makes me really happy. So it makes me really happy to share with other people too.
That's awesome. I think you're at it for the right reasons. Everybody's loving you. I know a couple people have come over to sub, so I think this is a great idea, and I won't even take a little bit of credit for it because you were bold enough to ask. Yeah, I love that. You were like, you could have me on. I was like, let's do it. I checked out your channel, and I was like, cool, man, come on. So thank you so much. Oh, you want to stick around with me for the reacting to the Polish magician?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay, all right. Let me. I'm gonna have to readjust a couple things because
Will I be able to be here in the chat here that we got going?
You can stay in the chat. I'm gonna try to bring your camera in. Yeah, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do. Let's see if I can do this. I know it looks like just a big dark void around me. I'm working on it, guys. Hang tight with me, and we'll do this. We'll make this happen. Add source. I'm going to transform, move it clockwise, and then we're gonna get your reaction on stream too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're there. Can you? I don't know. Can you watch the? This might be a little bit weird, a little bit delayed, but we're gonna do our best. Okay.
Okay.
Do our best.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I want to bring this up, okay, guys, is because this was shared in SME Talk Magic today. It's a Facebook group. If you're not familiar with it, you should go check it out and join it because it's a very large group of magicians from all over the world, including some of the biggest names you could possibly think of. It's the place. It's the hub for magicians on Facebook, at least. And of course, it follows all the rules of Facebook with people arguing and bickering and going back and forth about things that don't really matter. But they also talk magic occasionally, which is incredible. So there's also that. And this was shared on this today, and I was like, this has to make it into the live stream because it's important. I think it teaches an important lesson. Now, something else. I got to warn you, okay, that this is pretty graphic. It's pretty graphic, and it might disturb some people who are queasy. So this, turn the, I would turn off the stream or at least mute it or go away from it for a few minutes if you're queasy or don't like blood. Okay. So, and there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
O,
I'm not able to see it.
prawdziwym metalowym godziem. Jakbyś mogła sprawdzić, czy jest ostry.
You might actually have to watch it on from the YouTube channel or from
Okay.
my stream. I don't think I can filter it into OBS Ninja.
That's okay. I'll just stick around here.
All right. Now, remember, Josh is watching like a couple milliseconds behind me, so if he looks like he's reacting late to everything, he's not. I'm just ahead of him. All right. It says Polish magician magic gone wrong. Oh, I lost Josh. I lost him. I'm not sure where he went. Josh, you still there? Uh-oh. Oh, he might have had to turn... Okay. He might have had to turn it off to watch the stream. That's fine. I'll check back with him in a second. All right. Without further ado.
nie jest ostry.
Jest?
No.
Będzie mniej boleć.
Ja wpuściliśmy? No ładnie.
Za chwileczkę każdy z nas losowo wybierze jedną torbę, a nim to
Now, important to know also, I performed this effect. I don't do anymore, but I performed this exact effect.
zrobimy. Ja zamieszam, tak żebyście...
Ja nie chcę tej z gwoździem.
Nie chcesz tutaj zgłosić?
Marzenka,
Nie.
ciesz się, że on na każdy siadać nie każe.
Doskonale. Słuchajcie, w taki oto sposób
Cool. All right. Didn't mess up his hand. That's good. Right?
rozwalamy po kolei.
Że jedna dziurka.
Zrobimy tak, zrobimy na 3, dobrze? Uważaj.
And this... Remember this moment.
Raz, dwa.
Okay, let's talk about that. Why is that stupid? Why is that stupid? I'll tell you why that's stupid. You do not put your spectator in danger. Ever. I can't believe that he did this. So, right, like if you are predicting or using your psychic abilities to avoid danger to yourself, fine, you're taking the risk on yourself. To hold someone else's hand over it, no, don't. That is not someone who deserves to call themselves a magician or have people come up and help them. How could you possibly, as a magician, expect people to come up and trust you if this is the kind of stuff that happens? This gives magic a bad name. It shows a huge, wholly unprofessional view on this. She didn't ask to be put in danger. She didn't consent to harming her body potentially. You slammed her hand on a nail, on a sharp, nasty nail. I've done this exact effect. I bet it hurt like the dickens. And in fact, if we watch the rest of it, she's got like a big bandage on her hand at the end of the video. Don't use somebody else's hand if you're gonna do it at all. Which Penn of Penn and Teller says, I don't care how safe the method is, you're gonna stab your hand, and he's right. You will. It'll happen. Happened to a lot of magician friends of mine. They stabbed their hands, even with safe methods. Stabbed their hands where they knew for sure where it was. Stabbed their hands. Never, ever, ever use a audience member or volunteer or anybody else's hand or property or anything. Do not put another person in any kind of danger, real or imagined, because to her, whether the effect is safe or not, she doesn't know that. You're trying to create the illusion of danger. You're trying to say, hey, look, this is a dangerous thing that I'm going to do to show how amazing I am or how much I was able to predict or avoid danger using my psychic senses or whatever pattern you're going to use. You expect people to believe you, and then you take their hand and slam it over top of the thing. Like, that is not... Always use your own hand. Absolutely, Earl. Always use your own hand. Never another person's hand. Not cool. If you stab your own hand, you're just an idiot. If you stab somebody else's hand, you're a piece of crap. Is what that amounts to. So, to anybody out there doing that kind of effect, use your own hand, or have the spectator hold your hand and then slam your hand down. But I wouldn't even do that because that means now that they feel guilty for having injured you. So that's not even a good way. Just use your own hand. Okay, there it is. Yeah, hashtag lawsuit. That's true. Not cool. So anyway, that's my piece of advice for the day. Don't if you're gonna do one. Some of them are really cool. Brian Brushwood has a great one. Scott Alexander has a really great one. I think that they can be done safely, and they can be done in a way that presents excitement or mystery, but do it in a way that's respectful and, of course, safe for the audience all the time. If you're going to do this kind of effect, I don't choose to do this kind of effect anymore. If you're going to, there are some good ones out there. Do it the right way. Mic is dropped. I'm dropping the microphone. Oh, goodness. So I think we're coming to almost a close. I want to see if my friend Josh is still here. If he's come back. He has come back.
Yo.
Okay.
I'm
Welcome
here.
back.
Yeah, I got the live stream running on my iPad now, so I got that to work.
Yay!
So at first I was hoping I could run both on my phone at the same time, but that didn't work out. Yeah, what I got to say about that is just don't put spectators in danger. It's a pretty self-explanatory thing. Yeah.
Don't put spectators in. Imagine that. Don't put.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Earl's asking if I have any recommendations for literature on the best way to do this effect. If you have any, I'd love to give you the guest the first crack at it. If not, I have some thoughts.
No, this is actually something I've never performed. I only performed sleight of hand with cards. So go ahead.
Okay, great. So first thing, just think about this ethically. Think about it like. Imagine it's a loaded gun and treat it the same way you would do that, right? So, all of them are dangerous, okay? Even if you know it's not loaded, pretend it's loaded, okay? Pretend like it's a loaded gun. If you follow the safety protocols that you would if you were on a gun range, then you should be fine. Nobody should ever actually get hurt. There's that. Like, you wouldn't put your hand over the barrel of a gun and pull the trigger, right? Like, even if you know it's empty, you wouldn't do that because that's stupid, right? Same idea. So think about it in terms of that. As far as anybody who's written on the ethics of it, I can't speak to that necessarily. I know that Scott Alexander has put out a really great, actually a couple of different Russian roulette routines with like broken bottles and nails and that kind of stuff. He would be somebody who I would recommend that you take a look at. He's probably one of the more prominent performers of this type of effect out there right now. Scott Alexander, great, amazing magician, kind of corny, kind of cheesy, but puts out some really great stuff. So that's where I would recommend you go, and I'm sure that his literature is full of don't do stupid things. So I hope that answers your question there, Earl. And thank you for joining us. It's nice to see you. It really is. Okay, final thoughts before we close down the stream. We're almost at an hour already, if you can believe it. I would like to ask you guys about if you have any questions for Josh. Make sure that you go over and check out his channel. It has shared the link to that up in the comments. So please go take a look at his channel. Go subscribe to him. He's putting out new magic content. Sounds like very often, and you got just a little taste here on the Magic Minutes. So there's lots of really, really cool stuff. Stuff I'm gonna put my that whole the color change thing for sure is going right in. Do you have a name for that effect too, Josh?
No, I never really name my effects, but I'm really happy to hear that you are able to take away that effect and add that to your effects that you do. That makes me really happy to hear that you also think it's a good effect. So yeah.
It's an excellent effect, and I'm if it wasn't on camera right now, I would just say that I invented it. No, it's great. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm so grateful that you took the time and that you decided to come back after last time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep beating myself up about it.
yeah, I felt bad about last time too. I tried to perform modified diagonal palm shift, but I was performing it at a table, so you could see everything that I was doing, palming away that playing card. And I was like, looking back on there, I was like, that doesn't make my sleight of hand look good at all. Oh my gosh. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I pinned that comment for you because I was like, I'm sure he wants people to know that. He's like, he knows what he did, and he's you know, that's that. Thank you so much. Could I invite you back sometime? Would you be willing to come back?
Oh, absolutely. This has been a lot of fun.
For me too.
And I appreciate all the people who maybe have looked past me the first time to subbing because of that mishap, but now have subbed to me now. That's great. So thank you guys.
Right on, guys. Thank you all for being here tonight. Really appreciate you. Big thanks to Josh for coming and teaching some really cool killer magic. And I will see you guys really, really soon. The Thursday, I'll give you a little preview. I'm going to be doing a review on Wholesome by Kyle Purnell. And then on Friday of next week, I will be having a live stream chat with him. So make sure you mark your calendars for May 28th at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for that. Guys, thank you very much. And, if you haven't subscribed or things, of course, thumbs up, subscribe, all that stuff. That's always really wonderful. Thank you guys all very much. Have a wonderful one. Thank you again, Josh. You have a great night, sir, and I'll see you really soon. Bye-bye, everybody.